Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. This is our third webinar in the email marketing series. Today's topic is going to be email for advanced tickets. And then today with you guys, we have Steve, who I know you're super familiar with at this point, and Elizabeth, who you also see. So I will go ahead and pass it on.
Thanks, Daniela. Yeah, really excited to be back here with you guys. We are now at our third session for the email webinar series. As it says right there, we covered first using the email marketing tool for simple ticket events. Building off of that, we talked about a couple weeks ago how to personalize email using historical data imports and putting in data replacement tags. And now we're going to kind of take all those things that we learned. Some of it's going to be, it'll look familiar to you that we're going to cover some of the same things we've shown you before. But what's going to be really helpful is sort of gluing that all together for those of you that are doing advanced tickets. And there's takeaways even if you're focused on just simple tickets. And we'll get into the difference between those two in just a minute. And then I want to just have on your radar the next one that'll be in a couple weeks, December 16th, to do the reporting and email statistics. So doing a more deeper dive into all the information that you're getting from these emails that you're sending out to your supporters. So, and then just housekeeping for those of you that need a refresher or you're new to using this tool, you can minimize or maximize in the upper left-hand corner using that arrow button, your screen. If you have a question, we do have a question panel, so go ahead and dump it into there. We will address it either during the call or during the webinar or at the end, or we may need to follow up with you if it doesn't get answered. So we will make sure that everybody gets the answers they need today. And then a recorded webinar, recorded version of this webinar will be sent out along with a link to sort of wrapping up what we covered and the slides, so you don't have to panic and take a bunch of screenshots unless that's your style. You'll have access to all of that with our wrap up blog email. And then, as always, please, if you want to ever schedule some time with myself or Elizabeth to go over your specific ticket event, your email list, sending out an email, we would be happy to do a call with you, set up a screen share, just to give you that extra confidence. I know it's speaking of panic, that moment when you send the email out, you hope it's what you wanted it to be, and happy to do that specifically with all of you. The other thing that we want to remind you about is our nonprofit circle. So this is a great opportunity on Facebook to connect with other nonprofits, other folks that are organizing events, doing fundraising, collecting donations, selling tickets through GiveSignup, RunSignup, and you can share experiences with each other, best practices, things that have worked for you. You can ask questions to groups that are really in the thick and doing this for their organization. You might find help, you might help somebody else. So use your phone, your camera, and you can scan the QR code at the bottom right-hand corner. It'll take you right there, or you can just search on Facebook. So yeah, as Daniela said, I am Steve. I am a product manager, so mostly tasked with making sure that the voices of nonprofits are heard and that we make the best products possible, continued development, and my background is in organizing events for nonprofits. So I have been out there at 3 a.m. with the truck dropping tables off there, and now a little bit more tech focused here at GiveSignup, RunSignup. And then I'll let Elizabeth, our senior account manager, introduce herself.
Hi everyone, I'm Elizabeth. I think I said in the last webinar, if you've ever emailed with info@GiveSignup, you've probably talked to me. So yeah, I support all of the accounts that are using GiveSignup.
She is your hero, guys, when you are thinking that everything is not as you might expect, or you just have a simple question that you have done 10 times, but you're just forgetting in that holiday brain moment. Elizabeth's there for you. So the things that we're going to cover today, we're going to just do a brief overview of GiveSignup, RunSignup, for those that are familiar with our endurance side in the past, and maybe you're just starting to use some of the products associated with GiveSignup, or if you're brand new to us, we're going to talk about that difference between advanced and simple tickets. And then we're going to get to sort of the meat of what we're talking about here when we speak of advanced tickets, about how to use segmented lists to target your audience, or why you should, excuse me. And then we'll go over a checklist, which basically sets up for the demo of the things that Elizabeth's going to cover. And then we're also going to give you a little bit of homework, just ways to be thinking about what you learned today so that you have sort of an action plan to really put the information to use. So first, for our company, GiveSignup, RunSignup, in essence, we are event and fundraising experts. And we know that we are talking to fundraising and event experts, a lot of you, and some of you may be brand new, but just know that there's a lot of experience in our organization, founded in 2010, and really focused on making it free and easy for nonprofits to do these three things that are so key: raising more money, growing events, and engaging your supporters. And I think that all of these three things play into email marketing, the email marketing tool, but especially that engagement piece. And then the other thing I wanted to point out is it's fully controllable by you, the nonprofit, and your team. So there's no waiting for somebody to set something up for you. If you are on fire at 2 a.m. and you want to create an amazing cover page and launch tomorrow your ticketed event, you can do that. And I love that piece of it, because you also just have this amazing support with our help articles and our blogs and the info at inbox and team behind it. So, but it's something that you can have control over and feel confident that it's representing your organization and doing what you want it to do. And then just a couple stats. So we've helped nonprofits raise $1.4 billion, and to look at the scope of our network, 10,000 nonprofits, 26,000 plus events are using GiveSignup, RunSignup. So let's talk about advanced tickets. So again, that first session we did simple tickets, utilizing basic functionality. And I'll give it a good example. So if you have a gala where you're offering maybe one ticket, so it's just a general admission, that would be a simple ticket event. Maybe you're doing a little bit more than that. You're offering a VIP experience. Then we would still qualify that as a simple ticket. Advanced tickets go a step further when you're going to be offering different types of event experience over multiple sessions and even over multiple days. So a great example that I like to give is one that's on our platform right now in several different cities, which is a Christmas light show, where they're offering adult and child tickets, which have differentiated pricing. They have multiple time slots per night and over 20 nights of shows. So that is an advanced ticket, ticket event. So it's, but what's wonderful about GiveSignup, RunSignup is that we have thought through the needs of both simple and advanced tickets. And the sort of hallmark or terminology and product that we would talk about is ticket groups for those advanced ticket events. So basically, rather than having to look through 100 different ticket options, you can group them together and think of ticket groups as buckets, right? And so if I had a 3-day event, maybe my one ticket group bucket is Friday, and my second ticket group or bucket is Saturday, and then obviously third being Sunday. So that's sort of a way to conceptualize the difference between simple and advanced tickets. Okay, now why you should use segmented lists to target your audience. So first of all, you may have different information that you want to give your folks that are coming to the Friday sessions of your event versus the third and last day. Maybe there's different entertainment. Maybe there's different wines that you're offering in the tasting sessions. So that, and when you're doing that, it's giving them information that's really specific to their ticket, and it's going to improve those open and read rates, because if you customize that subject line to those people and be like, hey, our Friday night kickoff attendees, if that's in the subject line, they're more likely to read that, because they're like, okay, these guys are talking to me, I've got the Friday ticket, and then they're going to be more likely to engage and actually retain and collect and retain that information you want them to have. The other opportunity, or the other thing of why you should use segmented lists, is you can present opportunities for cross-selling and upgrades. So maybe you've got an advanced ticket set up with 3 days, they've bought a Friday ticket, but maybe you have a chance to talk to them and be like, hey, think about, we've got some amazing talent also coming on Sunday, so bring all your friends on Sunday as well. So those are things that, without having the default lists that result from the advanced ticket setup that are differentiated by ticket group, you wouldn't be able to do that, but you can with the way that we're set up. And then we want to this is going to kind of tee up Elizabeth and what she'll be covering in the demo. So how to use email for advanced tickets. We're going to go over just those basics again, because some of you may be completely new to the email marketing tool and it takes almost no time. So configuring our general email settings that shows where an email is coming from and who you can respond to, segmenting your audiences by ticket group, creating and branding emails for each audience using those custom subject lines and the content in the body, personalizing with relevant data replacement tags. So information that you were collecting when people were purchasing tickets on your GiveSignup site, you can use that information about them to speak directly to them, and you can even combine it with custom lists that you've imported of your supporters. And then how to schedule and send, and then of course always be evaluating and following up with folks. So I'm going to let Elizabeth roll into our demo here.
Right.
And yeah, go for it.
So I'm going to show what Steve just explained, and you'll notice Steve put together these nice dashboard location little tags on our slides that will show you where in your ticket event dashboard you can find the things that we're going to show you. So if you forget, if you're going through the slides later, that's where you can find it. So I'm going to go over to this tab first. Actually, I'll show you what this event is. So this is Steve's test event based on a real event, but you'll see it's the type of event that we were just talking about, where here are our tickets. So this is a multi-day event. So there's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday option. And then if you click into any of these options, you might have different time slots depending on the day. So for Friday, we have a 5 to 7 time slot ticket, and then another 8 to 10 ticket. So in the back end of your ticket event, these are 2 separate tickets that you've set up under the Friday, October 22nd ticket group. So to demo today, I'm going to show emailing the Thursday ticket holders, and then I'm going to quickly show what it would look like to email the Friday ticket holders and use different information for each of those 2 groups. As you can see, the Thursday, there's some special opening swag available at the door, so I'm going to mention that in my email to the Thursday people, and then the Friday people, I'm going to tell about this live music at 7 that we're going to have on Friday night. So 2 different sets of information, 2 different groups of ticket holders, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to send out an email using our email platform to those people. So over here, I've started to put together my email already, and I'll go over what I put in the email in a second. But you'll see at the very top of the page, I set this as a transactional email when I went to create my email. So you can see I'm in email, send email. The very first thing that you'll see is this drop down. We've explained this in the other email webinars, but in case you missed those, we have 2 types here, so transactional or marketing. A marketing email would be if you're reaching out to people who aren't already signed up for your event, who you're trying to market to. And then a transactional email would be one like this, where you're emailing people who already have tickets and you're giving them additional information about the event, maybe a reminder, sending out their QR codes, which we're actually going to do here in a second. Things like that. So for people who have already made a transaction with you who you need to communicate with. So we give you these 2 separate, essentially like lists that you can email out of, so that if somebody unsubscribes from your marketing emails, but they're signed up for your event, they can still receive those transactional emails that are likely going to be more important to them. So that's an important little detail to note. So this is definitely a transactional email because I'm emailing people that already have Thursday tickets to this. So up here, I've set my list already that I'm emailing to. I decided to email to the Thursday ticket holders. So if I go in here, you can see all the lists that I can pick from. So these top few lists here are custom lists that Steve has uploaded. So the 2018 event attendees, this event wasn't on our platform in 2018, but for a marketing email, Steve wanted to email out to these people. So this custom list exists in our email platform and it's accessible if I wanted to email them. But you'll see down here, everything below this all ticket purchasers one, these are dynamic auto-generated lists. So what I mean when I say that is that these lists will update as people buy tickets to the event. So I'm going to show you how to schedule this email, and if somebody had bought a ticket in between me creating the email and scheduling it and when the email actually sends, if they had bought a Thursday ticket, then their email address would automatically get added to this list in the background by the platform, so that when I schedule this email, I know that I'm going to email everybody up to the moment of when it actually sends who signed up for that event. So that's really helpful. And these dynamic lists are super useful for that kind of a thing. You'll notice that for each day here, so these are my ticket groups, if you remember, from out on the front end that I showed you. So for these, I actually have one ticket purchasers list and one ticket holders list. Those are two separate things in our platform, and you can think about it like this. If I'm buying a ticket for me and maybe my 3 friends, so if I'm buying a total of 4 tickets, but they're all in one purchase, I'm the ticket purchaser, and then my 3 friends are the ticket holders. So some events are requiring that information that I give, maybe those people's email addresses or their names or whatever, for each of my 3 friends, and some events won't require that. In this case, I want to email everybody that I have an email address for, whether or not they were the original purchaser of their ticket or whether they are just a ticket holder that somebody else purchased their ticket for them. So I'm doing this. I'm going to email all my ticket holders, and because I'm collecting email addresses from them as their tickets are purchased. So I'm going to save that. I could do multiple lists, but that doesn't make sense for what I'm going to show you. But that is an option here, or you can exclude lists, which is something that we've talked about in previous webinars. So you can go back to those to review how that kind of works. I already have my, this will auto pull from whatever you've already set up in your email settings. And like I said, you can go back to the first webinar to review how to set up your email settings to begin with. Set my subject line here. And then I've already added my content just for the sake of time, but you'll notice that I added some replacement tags in here. So one of them is first name. So because I've already connected a list, replacement tags will show here, and I can just click to add them in. So I just got to here and I clicked to add in first name so that this will be personalized. And then the other one that I added is the QR code for that ticket. So the nice thing about this is that those QR codes work with our check-in app. So I'm actually resending the QR code that they got when they first signed up, so that when they arrive at the gate for this event, they can just show this email, which should be at the top of their inbox. And we can scan them in that way using their QR code rather than having to look them up by name in the check-in app. So I'm highlighting that in the email, and I'm putting this replacement tag in. It will auto pull whatever QR code we have for each email address that I'm sending to. So you'll notice I also have, we are excited to see you this Thursday at the opening night. So obviously that is very specific to the Thursday tickets, and that's why I'm sending this out just to the Thursday list. Now, if you remember, I have 4 different days, and I actually want to schedule this email because let's pretend that this is far in the future and I'm just trying to set everything up to go out automatically right before the event, because I have a lot of other things to do the week of the event. And if I can schedule these emails ahead of time, that would be great. So I'm actually going to schedule this email for, I don't remember what our event date is, 21st, for October 21st of 2022, so that's in the future, to go out at 9 a.m. And if I schedule this, then it will go out at that time within 5 minutes of the time that I've set here on the 21st. So I can schedule it, and like I said before, any new tickets that are purchased in between will get auto-populated into this list that I've selected today, and will be included when I eventually have the email sent out. So I would click confirm email to schedule it, and then once it's scheduled, it would show in my sent emails list. I'm not actually going to schedule it right now because I don't want to get an email on October 21st, 2022. But it would show here if it was scheduled, and it would say when it was scheduled to go out. Okay, now I'm going to quickly pop over here. This is where I'm putting together my Friday ticket email. So these are the people who are the ticket holders for Friday the 22nd. And you can see I have a different subject line because I want to highlight the Friday night live music. That's the only night we're doing live music. So I want to make these Friday night people feel special and like they're getting a special experience, because they are. And so I've put the same replacement tag for first name here. So if this is going to me, it would say, Elizabeth, we are excited to see you tonight at night 2. And then down here, I also have the QR code replacement tag as well. So I'm asking them to do the same thing in this case, to present that QR code, but I want to customize this initial message so that they feel like it's a personalized email, like highlighting the special experiences that they bought by picking the Friday night versus any of the other nights. So you can see the value of using these dynamic lists that we give you to email these people, because like I said, once I schedule this email, the Thursday one will go out at 9 a.m. on whatever date, the morning of or whatever, and then I can schedule this one to go out 9 a.m. the next morning, the morning of Friday. So it'll go out at the exact times that I want and reach the right people that I want to reach. Steve, do you want to add anything before I go back over to our slides?
I think you covered it. I just wanted to point out how early you are in your planning by sending out almost 11 months out. So kudos to you. But on a serious note, I think that is really a helpful tool for all of you, because like you mentioned it briefly, Elizabeth, but there is so much going on, and you don't want to be designing emails and writing content when your inbox is filling up with questions on all the things that you've been emailing, telling people about for weeks, but they finally decided to read on Monday. So take advantage of this.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to our presentation. Okay, so quickly, this is kind of the roadmap of where you can find what I just showed in your dashboard. So on your ticket event, to set up your email settings to begin with, you'll go to email marketing, and then the email settings page. That's where you'll set things like the reply to address, what you want to say. And then to create your email, go to send email. That's also where you're going to do like picking your lists and inserting any replacement tags into the text of your email. And then to view your sent or your scheduled emails, you can go to the sent email lists, and you'll actually be able to click into each email that's been sent and see what it said and who it was delivered to. And then we also have email reports, which we will cover in a future webinar. So more to come on that.
Awesome. Thanks, Elizabeth. And then I just wanted to, I said that dreaded word of homework. This is a fun thing maybe to do over the holidays when you maybe need to escape the stresses of all that goes on then. But just start thinking about 2022, right? What ticketed events do you have coming up that would benefit from our email marketing tool, and specifically how these segmented lists, the default list, will help you in an advanced ticket situation. Think about how you would segment your audiences and what information would be the most relevant to your folks. And then go ahead and start playing around, create some emails. You can always, people ask how the best way to test. Create a custom list, import it with just you, or maybe two of your work besties that you trust to show what you're working on, and they can give you feedback. And that way you can see it in real time. Maybe put in some test cases for the ticket purchases, so that you're using real data from tickets that have been purchased. Obviously use a coupon code to make that 100% off for you and your team. But you can sort of do those real world simulations that will help you feel confident when you're going to really send it out to your folks. So testing, number 4, so important. And then making sure that you evaluate success to achieve optimization. So, these are not necessarily, set it and forget it to get it sent out and schedule it, right? But make sure you go back and look at those. And we're going to cover that in the next webinar about the reporting and how they did, so that you can, continue to improve its performance, your performances for email. And then another great way is to follow up to folks, showing that you care and encourage additional action. So we really focus on transactional today, but combining marketing and transactional type emails. If you're sending out to your 2018 event attendees list and asking them to buy tickets, you can in your next email to follow up to say to the ones that haven't signed up yet, you're going to include that custom list of all of your 2018 attendees, but you're going to exclude your current ticket holders or your current ticket purchases. So that way you're only speaking to folks that haven't purchased yet. And again, you can schedule it in advance, because it's going to pull in all up-to-date information on your purchases so that no one is getting something and then they're suddenly going to be like, I just bought a ticket. Whoa, what do you mean? So creating none of those moments for your folks, because a lot of times, these email campaigns and using our email marketing tool, this is your first, touch base with all these folks. So you want to show them that you know them and that you're only giving them information that's important to them and relevant to them. So I think that covers the homework piece, and now we just want to open it up for questions here. I did not see any until right now, so I am just going to go through right now and see. Elizabeth, if you see anything, let me know. We've got Brent reaching out with his information so that we can get in touch with him, which we will do. We'll give it just another minute here if anybody would like to ask any last-minute questions here. And as I offered in the beginning, if you want to schedule a one-on-one, you can do that with us. You can reach out to info@givesignup.org, and both Elizabeth and I are getting those, and we'll make sure that we'll get you set up, and we can literally go up and get your first email set up and ready to go.
Yes, we would love to. I don't see any other questions besides Brent's. Brent will reach out to you directly.
All right, well guys, that's it, but put it on your calendar. December 16th, we're gonna go over into fun reporting, but no, we're gonna make it fun, right, Elizabeth?
Oh yeah.
But more importantly than it's critical, right, to knowing how your emails are performing and to improve and continue to grow and raise more. So thanks everybody, and we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
Thanks everyone.